Well, hello everyone. I hope you're staying comfortable. Lord knows it's hot. Yes, it's that time of the year. It is hot, so I hope you're comfortable whether you're hot or cold. I'm not comfortable. You know what? I'm thankful that I can at least say that in my house. Why? Because, well, according to the title and the thumbnail, this person that I have to discuss, I want to at least give an update on what was shared on Facebook not that long ago. I guess I was kind of waiting on some other information, but after today, or actually yesterday, I thought, you know what, now's the perfect time. That, and I do have some, because I'm going to be very busy here soon. So let me go ahead and get right to it. Yes, this update on the monster that was responsible for taking her own daughter's life away. That's right. 2 months ago, I shared a video with all of you about a woman, and I'm not, out of respect for Samantha Ritchie and her family, I'm not going to share Theresa Jolynn's last name, or I'm not going to connect the two anymore. I'm simply going to share it as if you'd watched the entirety of that video back in May. Towards the end, I shared with you that unfortunately I went to school with this monster. Yes, at middle school, and I believe somewhat high school. Yeah, Theresa Jolynn Ritchie, as I knew her more so then. Yeah, she may have had a bad upbringing, but that's no excuse for what she did. Now, she was a bully. She was a punk. She was a troublemaker. She never, I don't know, authority figures in her life didn't exist. She was always right and everybody else was wrong. Still no excuse what that monster did. So, let's get right to it. The updates. This is some good news. Like I said, I was kind of waiting for some more information, but today is a good day. But let me go over to Facebook real quick to share a couple of comments. Melanie's is the one that we all need to hear, but I'm going to go with Chad's first. By the way, these are two individuals that I went to school, that also went to school with Theresa Jolynn Ritchie. So I'm going to start with Chad. Chad, if you're watching, I still, every time I see your name, I can't help but laugh. And this is not at you. I don't remember if I stated in that video or not. Maybe I did. I don't know. But, you know, it doesn't matter. The first day of school in 6th grade at Esther Dennis Middle School, it's no longer there. I remember we sat in rows, and there was this chair in front of me, which is where Chad was going to sit. And I was in the classroom before he was. So I've got my foot, both of my feet, these chairs, the feet were kind of like, irons. They were just basically like, they weren't just legs or feet. They were just, well, anyways, Chad went to go sit down, and it wasn't his responsibility. I mean, maybe some people think, how often do you look at the feet of the chairs that you go sit in? Probably very little to none, unless the floor is already shaky, but the floors weren't shaky and the skull. So Chad goes to sit down, and I'm not paying attention as well. And he sits right down on my foot, my toe. My toe is broken. It was my fault. But that's my very first impression, first time I met Chad. So it's like I said, Chad, if you're watching, if you do remember that, please don't ever feel guilty. It was me being a dumb kid. I shouldn't have had my foot there. Alrighty, let's get to the sad part of what Chad was sharing with me and the world, obviously. Chad K, we'll just leave it at that since I technically don't have his permission, but even though you can go to my Facebook profile, you can read it yourself. Chad states, Scott, little Samantha was my niece's cousin. The night she went missing, Samantha, I had taken off of work to celebrate mine and my wife's anniversary. We were married for 3 years that July 18th of 1995. Instead of celebrating, we joined the search parties. Me and my brother, Samantha's uncle, were right there at the pit searching. Now, before I read on, in that video, I describe more in details about the pit of what Chad was talking about here. Scott, I too remember this like it was yesterday. Samantha called me, Chad, and Chad's wife, aunt and uncle. Chad finishes off by saying, I hope this bitch never sees the light of day as a free person. Chad, I don't know what it was like to be in your shoes that day, or for anyone that was really where all this was taking place, about 10 minutes from where myself and my sons used to live, my ex-wife. You know, we were raising a child then. We were brand new parents. In other words, my son was born October 4th of 1995, the day before OJ's verdict. You know, everybody in the world heard about OJ in 1995, right? You know, the juice was basically loose and got away with it. So in 95, obviously this was an October incident happened before, but in 96, being a brand new parent, watching the trials, my ex-wife, who also left a comment on this as well, in fact it was right above yours, she remembers that day very clearly. So yeah, Chad, I will always think of Samantha. I will always think of and it's so sad that I only have a photo to remember her of. And that photo, I just see a beautiful little angel. So I'm very sorry, terribly sorry for your loss and everyone else that was related or close to Samantha. And Melanie S.J., I want to thank you for sharing this. This is the reason why I'm doing this update. She shared, looks like it was recently denied. And what she means by that was her parole. So that's excellent news. Yeah, her next eligibility is in 2030. So here's a screenshot from Melanie's phone that I'm sure you guys would love to see. I love it here. Sentence information, net sentence. Okay, there's whatever these numbers are. Expected release date, parole eligibility date, April 1st. I love it. April 1st, 2030. So hopefully, Theresa, I know you're not watching. You dirty little. I hope you're fooled very well on that date. And of course, if you go down below, parole hearing information, next parole board hearing, review, February 2030, blah, blah, blah. Now, let's just paint a little picture, or I'll paint one for you. If you look up to the top corner, February 16th, 1996. 02/16/1996. That was obviously the date she was sentenced. I wanted to make that very clear, talk about my son. He was born in 95, the day after OJ's verdict. Everybody knows about OJ. He gets away with it. Doing some visual math here. So just try to imagine if you suck at math like I do. Okay, my son now, Zachary, he's 25. This coming October, he'll be 26. So sadly, Samantha never got to experience the life that my son is experiencing, or anyone for that matter that's here right now that's watching this video or not watching this video. But that monster, who was also 25 at the time, then sentenced in 96, where she would have been turning 26 that year. The reason why I know this, because just from looking at her records, Jolynn and I shared the same year of birth. Not the same date, but she was born 1970 and so was I. So her next eligibility, if she makes it that far on this side of the dirt, she'll be close to 60 and so will I, to be fair. So to think that she would have spent most of her life in prison. So I'm hoping that her eligibility date, April 1st, 2030, which here, as most of you very much may know, is April Fool's Day. So Jolynn Theresa Washaball, I hope you get fooled big time that day. Now, what inspired me to go ahead and do this now, the good news, here on this YouTube channel, on that video, today, someone simply stated, and it was a couple hours ago, a person, their YouTube channel, I'm assuming, we have JD, JAYDEE. I'm not going to bother screen share because all it says is, rest in peace, baby girl. Now, either JD is close to Samantha or just paying their respects with very kind words. So JD, if you're watching this video, I hope that if you didn't know about the parole denied, at least there's some good news there. Flower Lady, less than a day ago, wrote, as a native Daytonian, I remember this case so vividly. Yeah, so do I. So do a lot of us, obviously, Dayton natives, that is. I appreciate you bringing it to the surface. She needs to remain in prison for her life. I will be keeping an eye out for that, petition. Flower Lady, I should just go ahead and say, and I will right now. So there you go, Flower Lady, and anyone else that was wanting to know information about this petition. Now, if I'm very fortunate enough to be around in 2030, or let's say 2029, and I get some information, or if any of you have some information on a petition to sign, to basically, let's do whatever we can, our part, to keep that woman in prison, please feel free to share any information that you have, either on my Facebook or YouTube or whatever. I know that's a long time away, and I want it to take its time getting here because life is way too short. So let's just keep our fingers crossed that when she's going to be turning 60, she'll be fooled again. One more other thing, and this is not good news, but I thought, since I am on the subject of updating, her partner in crime, Vernon Brooks, or is it Ernest Vernon? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was left on this YouTube channel. Someone left a comment giving some general information about what I'm about to share with you about Ernest Vern Brooks or whatever. Her partner, Jolynn's, or Theresa Jolynn's partner in crime. However, as I was Googling some more information, I couldn't find anything about a death. In other words, in this comment, this person said something about that Ernest Brooks, we'll just leave it at that, had passed away. But, let me just go ahead and share with you of what I got right here. Ernest Brooks, who was convicted of a low-level felony in connection with the hiding of Samantha's body, was released from prison on December 29th, 1997. Can you believe that? The guy barely spent any time for his crimes. Let me just go on. At the time, his attorney told Dayton Daily News that he did not know where Brooks was, but that he had probably moved away from the Dayton area because he was fearful of his own safety. No, I can get that. Because just from some of the comments over there on Facebook from individuals that are, Daytonians that were there, that were part of handing out the flyers, or they might have been handing out flowers, but flyers. So I do apologize for butch. I'm good at that, by the way. But people that are from around this area, or even was just so touched about what had happened, I could see why he would be in fear of his life. So he should have been hiding. Well, those maybe not the right words, but I could just see why the coward, the sick SOB would be hiding. Oh, trust me, there's more about this scum. Just watch your words, Scott. Be better than him. Okay, so it did turn out that Brooks moved to Fairfield County, which is south of Dayton, Montgomery County. It's between Cincinnati and Dayton, best way to describe it, where he was indicted on attempted rape charges in August of 1998. Yeah, this incident was involving a 11-year-old... Slow down. This incident was involving an 11-year-old girl accused on June 26, 1998, according to the, court records. Count to 10. Convicted of charges, he re-entered prison on April 1st. What is it about April 1st with these two? But yeah, re-entered prison on April 1st, 1999, and remained there until August 3rd of 2003, when he was released on supervision. Brooks' parole was revoked after he was accused of attacking A 9-year-old girl in August of 2005. Brooks pleaded guilty to 1 count of rape, 2 counts of gross sexual imposition in October 2005. Boy, just more great news about our system, right? Oh, I know. Our prisons, they're just basically overrun. They're overpopulated, So let's just go ahead and release sick bastards like that out into the world where he could destroy other lives. Now, sure, it was Jolynn Theresa that was convicted of the responsibility of taking away Samantha Ritchie's life, the mother of this child. Vernell, he was just sitting there cheering her on, obviously. Yeah! I know that's a very sick way of putting it. He was also responsible of doing so much more. I'm not going to talk about it because I'm already disgusted right now just thinking about something that I was thankful not to witness myself. But just thinking about that and what he was responsible here of basically ruining other people's lives, and yet they just keep on releasing them. So I know I'm not crazy. Like I said, someone had left a comment. It's no longer there. I hope you were right, the information that you had received. Because I tried to find it. If you know something about this, please feel free to share it. I know YouTube is guilty of watching what people say. So maybe that's why that person's comment was, maybe it was removed, maybe it wasn't deleted. But I didn't find anything what the person said disturbing, but I'm trying to think of all reasons why that comment's no longer there. And I'm willing to bet it was YouTube, not Facebook. But then again, Facebook, you know what? It is what it is. If he's gone, he's gone. If he's not, you know what? I need to take those two, throw them away for a while, and not think about them anymore, because I don't want to end this video on a bad note. Because it just, you know what? Let me take a break for a second. Okay. See, in editing, that second was like that. Now, I do want to pay my respects like I did in the other video with Samantha Ritchie. Sadly, when I went to go visit Samantha, I was nervous. It's Samantha. I was right there paying my respects. And I'll be honest, I'm a parent. I'm always going to be a parent first. And when I'm visiting Samantha, I'm thinking about that photo that myself and everyone at the time, especially around here, but when the world, because it was nationwide. Let's just say nationwide. I know it was going around the world. I don't know everything. But I was just thinking of her smile, because that's how I do it when I pay my respects. I just visualize who that person is, and that person, I just see an angel in that picture. So as I'm reading the dates, I butchered it. So I do apologize for butchering the dates. Trust me, I'm guilty at that stuff when I do videos, probably in real life all the time. That's probably why a lot of people avoid talking to me, because I'm probably very confusing. This isn't about me. This is just about me, me apologizing for screwing things up, like always. Because I noticed as I watched that video, I say the date of basically 9/11. And maybe it's a part of me never forgetting September 11th. But that was one of the very first times as I'm recording a video, I can remember as I'm pointing my See, there I am screwing up. My DSLR, I was going to say distilled. My DSLR camera, I remember holding it, looking at Samantha's beautiful headstone there. And then, but I'm not looking through my monitor. I'm actually kind of looking at it through 4 eyes, or 3 eyes in this case, the camera lens and my 2 eyes. And I don't have the best eyesight in the world as it is. But like I said, I'm really visualizing Samantha's picture. So am I trying to make excuses right now for butchering the dates? Possibly. I don't know. I'm just trying to find the truthful words that are coming from my heart, out of my brain. I feel bad about that. So anyone that was close and is still close to Samantha right here, family or friends. If that offended you, I am so terribly sorry. I did not mean any disrespects at all whatsoever. So yes, I always want to remember Samantha Ritchie as a beautiful angel looking over her father, her family, her friends. And whenever the time they smile, it's because Samantha has done something to remind them to smile. So that's how I honor her. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I know this isn't the typical video that you normally see me cover on this channel. I would like to do more videos that are very personal, that are very close, and when it comes to stuff like this, especially maybe from around here, if I ever find out more information. Samantha Ritchie was definitely a very close situation to my heart, sadly, because of the relation and me being a brand new parent at the time. But whenever I hear something bad that goes on around here, I just can't help but want to investigate it more. So when I do find out more about it, don't be surprised if you hear me share that story here on this YouTube channel. Even though I want to have fun here and do positive things, but Samantha, as far as I'm concerned, she's always going to be a positive angel in my heart. So there we go. All right, well, hopefully in the next video you will see Chris Baber and I starting our 5150 Guy show. We've got a lot of plans. I know I'm looking forward to some of Chris's future guests and ideas. I know I've already spoken to someone who's been a follower of this YouTube channel and my other YouTube channel. And there's a good chance that he might be a guest on our show someday. And I don't want to spoil a surprise on who Chris is hoping to contact soon as another guest. So, yeah, because that would be a pretty cool guest to have here on that show. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope this update was informative and puts a smile on your face, knowing that somebody may get fooled in 2030. Alrighty, I'm shutting up now. I hope all of you guys stay comfortable, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Take care, and bye-bye.